Hey, so I have my new crutches, purple, and I thought I'd do a little review. So I'm gonna start with just the basics. There's not much to put together when you get them, just a little bit of stuff, like pretty much it comes, if I remember, like already assembled. So it comes like this. And then I think this was all the way up like it is now because I am not tall. So I think you just have to like get it out of the plastic. I'm trying to remember, and put this in here. And then be able to press the little button and get it in there. I will say, like most disability equipment, I doubt this was made by someone actually disabled. It was probably someone that like had knee surgery or broke their leg or whatever. I don't know. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just looking at the design flaws that I've dealt with already. And I don't know. Anyway, so these are the crutches. Anyway, they are actually kind of cool. They're comfy. The hand grip is fairly comfy. It's got this little pointy piece here that you think, oh, that can't be good. Or this bump here that seems like the whole thing might be uncomfortable. But actually, it works out well because it's kind of a good stopping point for your hand. Added to that, this is the right one. There is a right and a left, so I don't love that. If they were interchangeable, that would be simpler. Much simpler. But anyway, that's the first thing. It's got that typical deflector like my old standard normal ones do. Each one does have a horn. Here's the horn for the right. Oop. And here's the horn for the left. It's nitpicky, but that drives me nuts. They're different tones. Anyway. That. Yeah. So anyway, at least you have it. Why they're different tones, it doesn't make any sense to me. Unless they're not supposed to be, and mine is just messed up. There is also a little flashlight right here, so that's kind of cool. Like if it's night or whatever. I haven't used the flashlight because I don't know. I just haven't. This thing is actually pretty comfortable. I don't know how well you can see it, but there we go. It's like this weird beaded type pattern or bubbly type pattern. It's actually pretty nice, but my old crutches didn't bother me really in that aspect. It has these things. This part is actually kind of great because if I need to sort of balance for a second to close a door, I don't actually have to figure out, okay, how do I not drop the crutch and balance and close the door all at the same time without falling. So that's kind of nice. It's one less thing to think about when I want to close a door. And I think that is, did I miss anything? Oh, supposedly this is like you can reach for something without letting the crutch go. And from the pictures that I saw, you're supposed to undo this thing. I'm going to do it on this side because I think this one was a little easier. And like, okay, let's see here. Okay. So you're like standing in the grocery store or at home and you're like, hey, I need to get that thing, but I'm holding my crutches. So you're supposed to just be able to like, I guess, go like that. I don't know. Unless I'm missing something. That feature is not as super cool as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be really helpful and neat. This little detaching type thingy. It's not. The folding part is kind of nice, but that's more like, you know, if you've got a bunch of stuff in the car or whatever, it's nice that it folds up. It's nice that it folds up if you have to put it in a suitcase, which I don't typically have to do because if I'm traveling, I need them. But it will be nice when I travel with them and I like am on the plane and I'm like, what do I do with these crutches? Because 80% of the time the attendants don't take them from me and store them. They like leave them with me, which is fine. But it's just a pain in the neck because planes are cramped. So it would be nice that that's nice that these fold, that maybe it'll be easier even with the limited space. I don't know. I'll have to see when I actually fly with them. Okay, so that's that. Logistics. I am 5'4". I have long arms. I think my legs are average and the rest of me is proportional, but my arms are apparently really long for my size. That being said, at 5'4", this is on its lowest setting, which is the proper height for me. I guess to the best of this thing's ability. Actually, I think I might have these at 2 different heights, which is probably why it was bugging me earlier. I do. Okay, so I have it at its lowest height, which after talking to my physical therapist, we were thinking that's the right height. I'm not even showing you. So you have these holes that you can adjust by. So like you can go to here where my finger is. They have smaller holes and bigger holes. I honestly don't know what the smaller holes are for, except for maybe tracking the little ball. Even then, I don't know, because they only go down so far. They're kind of pointless to me. I wish that there was a sizing between those top two, because I feel like that would be perfect. There's that little hole, but the ball doesn't fit there. So anyway, not exactly perfect for my height, because the lowest is a little low, the next one is a little too high. So I'm trying it at the lowest setting to see how I do. All right, all that yapping for me to not even have shown you yet. So let's do that. Excuse the mess behind me. I have my whole pillow thing on the couch. I'm on camera. Let's see how well I can get up. With socks on, not great. Hang on, let me get these off. I forgot I was still wearing them. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they work for me just like my other ones did. But again, I kind of like the little cuffs. That's sort of nice. It's got its good and its bad points to have those cuffs, because getting into the car is a little tougher. Like, it takes me longer. I've got to get my arms free once I'm sitting and then get it over me like I did with the other ones. So that's a thing, but not a huge deal. Like I said, it is a little bit short, if you can see. Well, maybe it seems like the right height and the right angle. It just feels a little short for me. But if you're shorter than 5'4", the standard, this is Ergobalm. This, I don't know if that's pronounced right, but anyway, the standard Ergobalm crutches are going to be too big. So you'd have to see if they have like their junior size or whatever. Otherwise, there's just no way. This is the smallest it comes. So I think that's kind of crazy, because it's almost like, what, did they just design this for guys or for really tall people? It's not that girls can't be tall, but on average, we're not. Anyway, so they seem to be pretty good and pretty sturdy. Trying to find a way to walk in camera so you can actually see it. There we go. For me, the prominent problem I have is my right side, and that leg just doesn't really function. I get tired pretty easily too. with the line. So standing like this for very long is tough. I tend to take a lot of weight off of my lower limbs and put it onto the crutches, my arms, my shoulders, my biceps, whatever it is that's kicking in here. I actually feel all those, my back too. So having something really sturdy and strong is good. The other thing about these that I notice that's different than your standard ones, like, and I mean standard, like the really boring tan colored, plain hospital-y like forearm crutches that you can get, like the Lofstring crutches from that, because that's what I had. But yeah, the main other difference I see between these and those are these are definitely heavier. So if you're looking at these, keep that in mind, especially if you're by yourself like me and you have to do everything by yourself most of the time or all of the time. These are heavier. So sometimes I can pick both up and get them in the car. Sometimes I'm doing one at a time. Just depends on whether I can grip them. The other thing that maybe is beneficial to some people is it has this little thingy here you can prop out, and it's like a knee rest. For me personally, that's totally not useful, but that's just me. I'm sure some people love it and think it's awesome. So again, oh, and I'll show you the foot piece. The foot piece is wider, so it gives you a little more stability. I guess this is supposed to help with the movement, the way it's curved or whatnot. I say whatever a lot. Sorry about that. So that's pretty much it. Oh, the other thing it does do is the hand rest is adjustable. So you just turn the knob. Again, this is not super disabled friendly. Like if you have a hard time with this kind of stuff with your hands, you're going to have a hard time with adjusting these crutches. It's not the be all end all. So if you have someone that can help you, they can help you do all of that stuff. Just know it's going to be a pain for you. If I can get it loosened up, there we go. So yeah, you can this is hard. Sorry. There we go. You can move them down or like this or all the way up. Mine were all the way up. I'm going to actually move them a little bit. Hopefully I can match the pair. And maybe that helps me. But again, not very friendly for if you're using this for something other than injury. I mean, I'm sure for injury it's super great. Like the only thing wrong is whatever the injury is with one or two limbs or legs. For someone like me, where I have weakness in all four limbs and it's prominent on my right side, there are some definite struggles with these crutches. But I still think I like them better than the standard hospital ones, because there are some really good advantages to them too, and some of the disadvantages aren't so bad. It's kind of yeah, that whole advantage of lifting without letting go. I think it's meant that you're supposed to release that thing to do that. That doesn't work for me. I can't do that while I'm standing and balance and reach down and release it. So that's not a big thing, but I don't often really need that anyway. It's kind of a nice to have versus a need to have. I do like that I don't have to let them go though. That's the huge advantage for me. I will say the straps here are really adjustable. This is also not disability friendly. This is actually my least favorite non-disability friendly thing. I have a super hard time getting these to go smaller or bigger, just because I don't have that kind of dexterity. And I'm sure there are others of you watching that deal with the same thing. So hopefully maybe even someone from Ergobom, and I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering the name, but hopefully maybe somebody from there will even see this and go, hey, maybe we can fix that. I I feel like there has to be a way to make those adjustable straps way better and way more friendly for people who are full-time disabled, or have trouble with their hands or their fingers, or don't have that dexterity. Anyway, this was kind of a long review. I ramble when I'm tired, and I've been pretty consistently tired, so that's what you guys get. Anyway, if you have any questions, I'm sure there's features on the crutches that I missed, or things that I forgot to answer or talk about. So if you have any questions about the crutches or about Lyme, or really about anything that I've talked about in any videos, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later. Bye.